Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I wanted to kind of flip through my Heidi Swapp Memory Planner that I got probably a month ago. And I'm still trying to figure out the best way that I'm going to use this so that it can work for me. So I think April was probably about trying to figure out how am I going to plan and what's the best way to keep all my things organized. So that it'll work for me and so that it's still cute and usable. I did find these the other day. They're actually Heidi Swapp Post-its. So obviously I had to get those to put those in my planner. And I just wanted to flip through sort of some of the things that I did for April and then do a week and plan together for one of the weeks in May. So many of you have sent me messages about the pocket not fitting, and I think pretty much everybody that has this Heidi Swapp zipper pouch has come to realize that it doesn't fit within the little prongs. So I could show you what I did. I just covered the sides with washi tape and punched my own holes. And actually it's working out pretty well. So if any of you guys out there have the Memory Planner Heidi Swapp pouch, that's a pretty good alternative if you still want to keep it and use it. I did punch holes in these little divider things, and I put them at the beginning of each month so that I could either keep my receipts. I have a Heidi Swapp washi tape booklet in the first one, but that's a good thing to put in your planner as well. Taking a look at April, I'm still trying to figure out what to do with all of these little inserts and things, and so this, sorry, that's my phone, and so this little tan page I used as my inspiration page for April. And so I think I get a lot of magazine subscriptions, and so I just clipped out things that I found to be inspirational for me, or like little sketches and drawings that I found that were really cute. So I found a recipe that I really liked. I found a little sketch. I liked that quote, said find your fit, which I think is good. And then I just wrote down some little notes of things that have provided some inspiration for me throughout April. And then of course I have filled out the month view. And then most of the stuff that I put in my planner was little notes from the day. You can kind of see that I did a little coloring in my planner and some stamping at the top. So yeah, most of mine were just little notes from the day that I thought would be good little mementos to from when I go back through April to see maybe what I did that day or a special little moment that I wanted to write down. However, now that we're in May, I'm kind of starting all over again, trying to figure out what's going to work best for me and kind of get in my groove of memory planning with the Heidi Swapp Memory Planner. I can tell you with one thing working with April, one thing that I didn't like about this planner was that you couldn't plan out for just a specific week just because of the days, how they're marked in the planner. I did get this little envelope and I hole punched it in here so this could hold my receipts or pictures or whatever in there as well. And of course I have some of my things that I have going on in May. And then this is what I wanted to show you. I came up with what I think is a cute layout for a weekly design where I just covered the tops with either washi tape, or I guess you could do it in paper too. And then I made these paper flags and I wrote the days of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the flags, because it just goes in consecutive order with none of the days being marked. And so that's one thing that you have to put in your planner yourself. So I thought I would go ahead, and I've already done a couple weeks, but one thing that I was going to mention is back to a point that I made before, was I didn't like that you couldn't plan, like, say this was a Saturday through Sunday or Monday through Friday. You can't really do that because the planner's not set up that way. It's just set up with, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then on the next page, because the way she has her planner set up, it's only a 6-day spread, so obviously a week is 7 days, and you're not going to get all of the 7 days in there. So I found that I have to kind of plan and decorate for 2 weeks in order to get the 7 days for 1 week into a whole planner spread. So I'm just still decorating by week, but I found it easier maybe to plan by the month, or to decorate by the month, so that I don't have to do that part and try to think of what day it is. So I was just going to show you, I have some Tim Holtz tissue tape here, or washi tape, that I'm just going to put at the top. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be even. I'm not even cutting it in straight lines. I kind of like that look. This is the one that has different colored ticket stubs on it, which I thought was pretty cute. So I'm just covering the top and covering the bottoms of each of the pages. I hope you can see this. Probably not. There. Sorry about my table, guys. It's a mess, but I've been working on like 400 different projects lately. But I did, while I was working on the planner setup, I wanted to go ahead and film this for you, so that if this can help you with some inspiration, then yeah. So I tried in April doing some stamping for days of the week, but then the ink that I had used ran through on another week, which I didn't really like that. And so I don't know whether I just need to try a different ink or what. But yeah, I didn't like that part so much. So I'm just covering each of the days, and you'll see why I'm doing this in a minute. And kind of this section here I use for like what I'm doing that day, my work schedule, etc. And then this section I either use for a picture, a doodle, or a little note that I've made about something special that happened that day, or something that I feel like I need to get out and put down on paper. So yeah, that's all I did. And then I have this Heidi Swapp little 4.5 by 6.5 paper pad that I used a page out of it, and I just cut it into strips so that I could attach it to here. So obviously I picked a color that would match with my tape, and I'm just going to take my Cutter Bee scissors, and since these are kind of planned out perfectly within the circles, I'm just going to go with that because I'm going to cut it anyways. So yeah, I'm just going to take that. I'm going to cut a few. I cut the whole page when I was working on these, but obviously you don't need the whole page. And I'll probably end up trimming, actually I'll probably use like a circle and a half for my flag, so that it still has room to make a little note at the bottom or whatever. So yeah, as you can see, these are going to be my little flags that I'm going to put my days of the week on. And just have that be a cute little accent for my memory planner. Obviously I don't want to plan every week the same, because that would be kind of boring. But I just found that maybe this would be my theme for May, was to do the tissue tape at the top, and then do my flags for the days of the week. Of course, your memory planner, you want it to be whatever's going to be useful for you. And so I just thought this was a pretty cute way to decorate it, and I wanted to share. So yeah, I'm just going to finish cutting these flags, and then glue those down, which this part goes pretty quickly. Obviously, I didn't even use a paper cutter with these. I just trimmed along the edges what I thought would be a straight line, and then I'm making my little flags by hand. And then I'm going to cut this a little bit. And then, yeah, we'll glue those down and write the days of the week on them. One thing that I don't like is, again, I mentioned that it's only a 6-day spread, which when I'm looking at the week, I really want to see the whole week. So I don't know if she's going to change that for next year or for her next planner. But that would probably be a suggestion of mine. I know a lot of people use the Erin Condren planners, which are fantastic, and obviously you can plan for the week and the month in those, and this one you can plan for the month, but you don't see the entire week on the same spread, on the same layout. I'm just using a Tombow stamp runner for my glue. I love this thing. So yeah, it's just something that's easily stickable, and you can even take this with you if you like planning on the road. Just something you can throw in your bag. So I'm just sticking down my last one, and then let's see, what day is the 13th. So see, like this week starts on a Wednesday, which, I mean, I don't know. That's probably my one critique out of the whole memory planner is I don't want to start a fresh week on a random Wednesday or whatever day comes up as being the first day of the week. That part to me is a little confusing. Saturday, Sunday. I'm kind of one that I like my entire week to look the same. But since I've already bought the memory planner, I'm just going to go with it and try to make it work for me. So yeah, this is just a cute, simple layout that I wanted to show you. Again, just the washi tape at the top and bottom, and I covered it just so that the tags would have a little background anchor piece, and then I used a coordinating piece of paper that pulled out the color in the tickets that I wanted it to, and just cut those into flags and made those my little date stamps. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on something that you have thought of to make the Heidi Swapp Memory Planner work for you, leave me a comment. I would love to read those. Also, if you have any other cute ways to set up your planner, I would be more than happy to take a look at those as well. But yeah, that's all I have for now, so I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.